Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move the profiles into the template spaces. This is a setup that is going to coordinate with the Adobe Illustrator for final line weighting, and so you need to continue to stay with this. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go up here to this guy. Maybe I'll pick this guy and turn the transparency off so it's dark again. So let's go ahead and move them in. This is a unique situation where I used the same thing and made multiple profiles from it. You should have your profiles in different areas. Maybe there's some overlap, but you wouldn't want a lot of overlap. It would get kind of confusing maybe. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm just going to window around it, and you can group it, if it makes it easier to deal with the whole of it. Then I'll hold down my Alt key and just make a copy of it over here, right? And then I'll move this. Maybe I'll just move it from here to the midpoint there, and then I'll just move it kind of over here, and then I'll scale it, right? So you want to scale it where the profile is taking up most of the space. So scale, pick this guy, and I'll just pick from there to there, and then let's see, maybe it's about there, right? So there's that guy sitting in there. It's a little lopsided towards the top. You could, you know, pick it and move it down. It's not centered anymore, but it's life. Um, so, however you want to arrange that. These guys again would be the same process. Move them over, and maybe get the profile kind of centered and scale it. Maybe about right there. Move this back over here. And we don't need these guys, right, for this one. Just just that one. I mean, you could rotate it. This is in the same orientation as it is here, so it's kind of up to you. I think it would be fine to rotate it if it accommodates it better. You can always just pull that back in a little bit, so obviously it's not going into the next one. I think at this point you can make sort of a option to rotate it, and then I'll take this one, and I'm not grouping these guys because they're pretty easy to get to, not that complex, and I'll push it kind of into the center here and then scale it. Right, and again pulling these things in where they're not. And maybe you can align or move it in this case. Just move it over a little bit, right? So at least you got that kind of thing going on, so okay. And then the last one down here, whoops, got the text. Put that guy on the Alt key, move it over there, move it down, and then scale it. All right. So now what you'll do is go in and put the circles in. So the centers of the circles and any other guidelines that are missing. So I'll just put the circle centers in. Um, so we talked about that at the beginning, but I'll do them again. So let me go to the layers and I'll set my centers current. And I'll come down here and let's draw a line from here. And my ortho is apparently on, so I'll just make that to the right, 0.25. And I'll pick that and mirror it in the center, 45, and then I'll just group that. You could also block it, but I'll stick with the group for now. It's probably easier for this. And then you can just copy it from here, center, 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 right? And then do the same thing up here, center, center, center. If I can get the center of this one as being a little, there it goes. Center. Let's do center, center, center. Center, center. And then I'll just pick these. That's annoying. Pick those, and pick those, and then mirror that along here. Right. So now you've got all that. It's kind of ready to go. The display mode, so the print display. So let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and turn it to print so you can see the lines, and let's put the thickness back to 40. So default thickness, so you can start to sort of get a feel for how those things are going to print, right? It doesn't have to be exact. You can always adjust it in Adobe Illustrator, but this is a good sort of way to sort of get things rolling. So you would fill all these up. The final thing is you're going to pick one of them that you're going to sort of embellish or hatch with a fill. And so we'll do that when I get back.